Arcade's world-famous Murderworld is ready to open its doors once again, but this time with some delicious new twists and turns. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of Murderworld Avengers issue number 1, a brand new miniseries courtesy of Jim Zub, and find out what happens together next, shall we? So then, as we join the book, we're introduced to our brand new POV character, and oh my, is he one of planet Earth's most loathsome and wretched creatures. His name is Paul Pastor, and he is a professional workaday YouTuber. As Paul explains, his channel started off small, doing live streams, unboxing action figures, but from there it only grew. He started doing fun science videos, social experiments, and recently his newest cash cow has all been about exploring abandoned buildings. You know, in a story that's going to eventually go on to include superpowers and killer robots, for some reason the most unrealistic thing to me is the idea that a YouTuber can change their genre several times over and yet still remain successful. I mean, hey, if I started doing Law & Order episode recaps tomorrow, you would rightly so probably unsubscribe from me. But I digress. There's one abandoned building mystery that Paul has really begun to sink his teeth into lately, and that is, of course, the strange and wonderful mystery of Murderworld. Apparently, if you're not a member of the mutant community, what exactly Murderworld is and the goals and origins of its creator, Arcade, are quite mysterious and juicy. Paul's managed to do some digging, and what he's discovered is that apparently there's a brand new Murderworld game held just about every year, streamed on the deep web, for the ultra-wealthy and well-connected. If you win the game, you win a ton of money, but more importantly than that, you win the opportunity to start over again should you want to. I'm talking new face, new name, new job, something that only Arcade would have the power and resources to actually make possible. Eventually, all of Paul's sleuthing catches the eye of the man himself. Arcade ends up extending an invitation to Paul on his birthday to come and do some filming for his channel at the next big murder game, and obviously Paul has to take this opportunity. I mean, imagine the views, right? Forget that it could be horribly dangerous. He could be trending tomorrow, man. He could be on the front page. Movie studios are already calling him and offering him boatloads of cash for any footage that he might be able to get. Hell, his subscriber count has jumped just for possibly being involved in the next Murderworld game. Now, this I can actually tell you as a professional workaday YouTuber is sadly very accurate. I can't tell you all the people I know who walked into very dangerous situations just for the chance to make a popular video. Hell, look at all those people on Vice who keep walking into dangerous situations. Arcade's brand new Murderworld game also has a little bit of Fire Festival going on about it too, as all the brand new players are taken to a private airfield and put in their own special orange planes. Naturally, all the other players are pretty hardened individuals who are willing to risk life and limb for cash and the chance to start over, and Paul is understandably completely oblivious to the whole thing, keeps putting his camera places he shouldn't, and is utterly unaware that Arcade only invited him in the first place so he could have the opportunity to watch him die firsthand. Again, classic YouTuber, am I right? As the game begins, Arcade goes over the rules. There's 200 combatants right now that will eventually be whittled down to 1. There are no rules in the game except for the rules that Arcade makes up on the fly. For those who are quick enough to grab them, there's 50 survival packs that will give certain individuals an edge in the coming competition. Naturally, there's a huge rush on those packs. Only too late do the players realize that there are a lot more packs than just 50, meaning a good portion of them are actually booby-trapped and end up taking out at least half of the combatants before the game really begins. It's also only right here, once he's close enough to death to literally smell it, does Paul begin to realize, oh, I guess I am in this competition. I guess I'm not just here collecting video footage, huh? Now, you might also be thinking to yourself too, hey, isn't this called Avengers Murderworld? Why haven't we seen any Avengers yet? Well, in the next room, Arcade has set up a Squid Game style obstacle course that certainly looks easy enough on its face until players start getting taken out by the Avengers, only they're not really the Avengers. They're more of Arcade's super advanced creations who just so happen to be masquerading as the Avengers. Some people are probably going to call this a bait and switch, and I would say that those people have no sense of fun. The Captain America themed killbot zeroes in on Paul right away and chases him down while singing the lyrics to the classic animated Captain America series from back in the day. You know, the one when Captain America throws his mighty shield. It's also right here, right now, the twists start coming fast and furious, and because because I like the book so much, I'm going to actually throw up a spoiler tag right here, right now. So if you want to go buy the book and go in completely fresh and completely unspoiled, now is your chance to do it. With that out of the way, let's keep going. With his back absolutely against the wall and death imminent, Paul ends up actually breaking on through and activating his X gene, something he didn't even know he had until right now, and something that probably never would have activated under regular circumstances if he was continuing to live the pampered life of a professional YouTuber. With these newfound powers in hand, Paul is able to blow away the Avengers robots, and in doing so completely changes the face of the game. Now a bunch of people who weren't giving him the time of day before are thinking they should cozy up to him, as he now officially has the best chance out of anyone of actually winning this game and being the last man standing. But Arcade refuses to let that happen because, well, too many of his other Murderworld games have been ruined by mutants, so he opts to just shoot Paul in the head dead. And it's on that note, believe it or not, the comic comes to an end. And so that was Murderworld Avengers issue number 1, everybody, and man alive, am I glad I picked up this issue this week. If you followed me in the channel for any amount of time, you know that I'm a really easy lay for these stories of Jim Zub, and this one right here is no exception. I love how topical it is, bringing in some of the best elements of Fortnite and Squid Game and everything else in the big battle royale trend that we seem to be riding right now. I love its critiquing of internet and YouTube culture, and I appreciate it even more because, well, I am a YouTuber and I am a content creator, so this stuff was always going to strike a chord with me. I made a bunch of very self-deprecating inside baseball jokes about Paul in this video, but in truth, he actually is a likable enough POV character, which makes it all the more shocking that he dies at the end of issue 1 after just discovering he had powers. It's the sort of creative go for broke ending where it's like, okay, well, where's the story gonna go from here? Now, the answer is it could go anywhere. Will we ever actually see the Avengers moving forward in the story? I don't know, but I'm invested enough to want to see for myself. Overall, I'd give this one a very positive 9 out of 10. This was just a wonderfully pleasant surprise after pleasant surprise sort of comic book, and I think you're all going to enjoy it a lot too.
Hey there everyone, Cape Joel again, and I want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. As always, if you liked what you see, be sure to like, subscribe, comment. It really helps drive engagement and helps me out too. Also, if you are a patron, which you can become for as little as $1 a month, you will get exclusive content that no one else can ever see, and you'll get to see the Comic Multiverse podcast before anyone else too. You can check out all this and more down in the description. And until next time everyone, this has been Cape Joel, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers.